No. So yeah, probably 9:30, somewhere in there. So when we last left our heroes, last session you guys wandered through the Underdark a little bit more and made your way to Grexel too.
Fantasy Grounds retweeted you.
Encountered the Grey Dwarves. Made some new friends. But then one of them tried to hit you up for a bribe. You didn't take kindly to it. He didn't take kindly to you not bribing him. Fight ensued.
We don't take kindly to home ass
A number of you were captured, and a few of you got away.
Half and half. Why do I have a gold star on me?
That's inspiration, isn't it?
Inspiration.
Dun, dun, dun.
So... Well, it depends on if you're counting Hemeth in the got away category.
Well, two of us got captured because...
Well, Darendil, Shuashar, Ulrith, and Keth.
I'm talking about of the main ones.
Have been captured, yeah. Half the... Well, you're all a party. All a party up in here. In the immediate aftermath of that, what are the three of you that are free doing? Because the rest of you are pretty much unconscious at this exact moment.
I say we enter the city with you guys tight, like shackled, and I'm gonna say that say that you guys are my capturees and gonna take you to the slave market, whatever. Because I look like a Duergar.
So the only one that isn't... So Jimjar looks like a Duergar. Veer looks like a Duergar. Palmen looks like a half-elf.
Hooray!
Because that's, what you are.
Is it problematic that I don't look like a Duergar? I mean, there's other races here, right?
So, yeah, once you guys get into the city, you're going into a district that is where the foreigners are, and so it's a little... I guess, how are you dressed?
However I'm dressed, let's see. I don't know what else I got.
I copied the uniforms of the guards.
Right.
What do I got? I've got scale mail.
How the hell is
everybody else wearing?
And you're naked underneath.
Yeah. So I don't know, like some whatever standard adventurer fare is.
Right. Well, it's pretty hard to hide that you are a surface dweller. Which doesn't
necessarily.
Yeah. Well, and it's not quite tan enough to be a drow. So, that isn't necessarily a huge issue. You just don't see a lot of surface dwellers, but you guys enter the city, and yeah, there's lots of...
So you're saying that Veer and Palmen and Jimjar are the only ones in the city?
Well, you guys are, or you're being collected up to go into the city.
Hello.
So it's a city built into stalagmites and stalactites. It's forges are constantly running, the constant hammering, and there's smoke and a little bit of haze everywhere. Even though you think it's pretty well ventilated around here, there's just so much that you're just constantly breathing in the stench of the smelters and forges. And yeah, the entire city kind of glows with a red hellish glow. Oh, and it's really hot. And so yeah, Keth, you made it kind of into the outskirts. And so yeah, you were aware, and then they kind of captured you and beat you up.
Oh, so I don't know where I'm by myself, all captured and beat up somewhere. I'm kind of lost.
User in your channel timed out.
Uh-oh.
And there he goes.
Boo.
All right, so Veer wants to pretend that I am a slave. Take me to the slaving pits. He's trying to sell me off.
Walk around and say you're with us. I mean, I don't know how well it goes over.
I think you're just trying to make a quick buck. Sell me into slavery and run.
Yeah, I don't know what currency they use here, but it probably doesn't work upstairs. So Fantasy Grounds went down too, right?
Well, I think Josh lost his internet connection, so that means we all get disconnected from him.
Right.
Eventually.
Does
User entered your channel.
It'll say it's reattempting to connect, or reconnect attempt, or it should say that in your window.
Already got booted.
Yep, I just got booted too. But Josh is back. I thought he just didn't like my line of questioning.
No, I didn't. What'd you say?
I said, so I'm kind of lost as a player, not as Keth, but I'm kind of lost. Like, did they kidnap me and I'm like somewhere I don't know, or what's going on?
Oh, okay. So there was a big fight near the entryway, right? You managed to break away from the fight, but you didn't get away early enough to like get into the throng before people started, noticing. You were chased by the dwarves, basically. And so you got captured on the outskirts of the city. You ran into the city, but got caught.
Okay, but again, I'm just by myself.
Kind of.
Right,
Or is
okay.
he with me?
I'm not with other members of the party. I'm captured alone.
Well, so they are in the process of, like, this is the immediate aftermath, right? So they beat you up a little bit, and now they're hauling you to the rest of your captured companions.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. I got it.
So, yeah, you guys are looking at the You guys are looking at
That's frozen.
what's called the Dark Lake District, and it's got this is a better looking porch. Share with you guys, assuming that, and once you guys are all on. And you can see there we go. So as you enter the district, a wave of heat slams against you as an acrid smog rises to choke the air out of your lungs. The Dark Lake spreads out beyond a jumble of buildings and streets, reflecting the lights of countless fires burning across the city within hollowed-out columns and stalagmites. Though the streets are crowded, you move easily within the surging throng of buyers, merchants, and slaves. You aren't the only outsiders here, as you spy Drow, Svirfneblin, Darrow, Orcs, and other races in the crowds. The shouting of people blends with the sound of distant hammering to create a constant, distracting din. So, you guys are entering the Dark Lake. You're on the eastern side of the city, kind of near the edge of the lake. Pretty picture.
That looks nicer than before. Maybe I just didn't look as close.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I like this picture of our little district here.
Well, it's another picture. It's a new one. The other one was kind of just I think it was kind of a fortress thing.
Well, I was thinking, I thought we saw this last time. I remember those pictures of little dwarves by the barrel, but maybe it was something else.
All right, so you are, so the three of you that are conscious and moving around are kind of in a mass of peoples. And throngs of crowds, that type of thing.
He fucking rolls initiative every time.
And
it's like, let's get to it.
Initiative,
Yeah, initiative, yes. So I guess what was your immediate goal there, Graham? You had some idea of shackling people.
No, it sounds like we're doing it. I just wanted to blend in, so I'm going to start using the message cantrip to these guys, and just saying, if I'm looking for a point, maybe we can rendezvous in private. Okay, so like I'm looking for a place we can be private, and then I'm telling them to go there.
So, I guess how deeply into the city do you want to go?
It kind of depends on what's around us. I'm mostly just trying to get out of sight right now.
Okay. Well, the first thing that you see, like you run down a tunnel, you come out into kind of the open. You can see the Dark Lake off to the north, through the crowds and things. And then basically immediately to your north, there's a fairly large hold-fast fortress thing. And it's built up into a massive stalagmite. But that's a little ways away. Immediately around you is kind of some shops and the city. The plaza where there's slaves being sold and things like that. And you can find an alley or something like that, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I guess so. Something like that. Or there's, we can stay at a line of sight of the people and be able to tell if someone's coming down at us.
Yeah, there's nooks and crannies. You're in a city.
All right, I'm gonna give directions to these guys.
All right.
I will follow them as best as I am able.
Okay. You guys head into the city a little ways, and yeah, you find a space between a couple of shops. One that was kind of built out. They come out of stalagmites, which so there's some nooks and things there.
How do we get out of this?
So what's our plan here? I mean, I bet I could get out. 25 gold says. 25 gold says that I could get out of here just fine, but I don't know about you. Hey, looking at Palman.
Were we heading here, or were we going to looking for the Swerve Neblin City? I thought that's where we were going.
You were headed here. Hemeth had some contacts, and he could help you get some inroads that may or may not work out if you can get a hold of him again. Otherwise, you guys were kind of here because it's a major hub, and yeah, as a party, I don't know exactly what your goals are. I don't know if you guys have discussed it, other than not be slaves.
Yeah, that's been kind of the main goal. We've escaped Drow and tried to survive, and now we're somewhere where I don't know. We might be able to build something from here. Sounds like there's a demon problem.
Well, you certainly encountered one a few weeks ago.
I would like to learn more about demons. All right.
As for you, Beth, they appear to be rounding you guys up, putting the more injured of you on, well, particularly Prince Darendel, on kind of litters or something they can drag along, and they're dragging you into the city.
Okay.
You think they're taking you towards that fortress that I described earlier.
Okay.
So Veer, how does that message spell work? Can you message Ulrith and Kath?
They have to be within range, and I have to know about where they're at. I can point at them. Even if they're through doors and stuff, if I know about where they're at, I can get the message to them.
Probably not going
to work.
It's not
like universal telepathy where I want to talk to the person wherever they're at. I could do it with you guys because I knew where I'd left you.
Here, I'm actually going to look. Clerics probably don't have anything.
I don't know.
You probably do. There's find person spells you might have.
Yeah. Look at my spells. I can't remember. Got some I got some augury spells.
Whoa! Yeah.
Locate object.
If we know an object they're carrying, like a lightsaber.
Yeah, I was like, what was the name of that sword?
Like Dawnbringer or something generic.
Yeah,
like that.
Dawnbringer. Yeah. Cruising my spell list here, see if I can think of anything clever.
So yeah, anything else? I mean, well, I guess what's your immediate plan here, guys?
Well, it sounds like we
Yes.
might try and locate Dawnbringer and thus our peoples.
Sure. So that's gonna require some. That's gonna require resting, right?
Probably.
Unless you have it memmed up.
I don't have locate object memmed up now.
Right.
The only other, yeah, I could cast suggestion, but I don't necessarily want to go talk to any guards.
I growl.
One of the dwarves growls back at you.
That's the best. That's the best move I have right now.
Well, if we rest a little bit, I might be able to use one of my abilities to try to find one of the items that Ulrith was carrying. I bet I could find that Dawnbringer sword of his, but I don't know. I can't do it right now.
Sounds like you better find a place to rest.
How do you go about that?
Are there any inns or anything? I mean, this is a merchant-y type area, right?
Probably. Yeah. How do you go about that? I mean, there's signs and shops and all sorts of stuff around. You do see an inn that's let's see, the Empty Scabbard.
I want to go to the full scabbard. I go to the
full
upscale version. All right. Well, I go, well, there's an inn over there. Maybe we can go out in there.
Yeah, that works. Let's do that.
All right.
And what's the equivalent? Oh, I guess it's investigation. I was like, so what's like gather info? I guess it's probably investigation.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a charisma check. Sometimes it's investigation with charisma as the stat. Sometimes it's, whatever the DM feels like.
I just wonder. So. Yeah, all right. I guess as we're walking over there, I guess if we just start asking around, but I guess maybe we should just see if the spell works first. I guess before we start asking where would people who are going to be enslaved go.
I like the idea of the locate object. I think we could move around the city some and get within distance of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys step inside the Empty Scabbard, and the bartender's head snaps up and says, "Get the fuck out of here! We don't serve your kind!"
What does he look like, or what race is he?
He's a Dwergar.
Are there only Dwergars in here?
Only Dwergar in there.
Alright, I leave.
But there's people all around. There's shops. There's everything you could want. Well, not quite everything.
Guess I'm not welcome in there.
Did Hemeth ever show up anywhere, or did he just disappear altogether?
You guys haven't seen him.
Okay.
I mean, he did cast invisibility and run away, so.
Well, it's only one more step that I did. I just ran away, so I'm still here.
Yeah, but I mean, I said you haven't seen him because he cast invisibility.
It's just following.
Who knows?
They could grab me and be beating on me and dragging me off. He's just standing off to the side, watching, walking along,
laughing. All right. I guess I'll look around for another inn, trying to be mindful of people other than Drugar going in there.
All right. Well, as you after you're cussing out, people on the street snap their heads up and see what's happening, and a deep gnome shakes his head. Yeah, you don't want to go in there. Wergar, they only keep to themselves, but you might try Golbron's lair.
Oh yeah, where's that at?
They might have some room. It's that way. He points. It's west.
Right. I don't necessarily need to make a roll, but it doesn't seem like he's trying to get me to a back alley to take my kidney or anything, does he?
I mean, he's just pointing down.
Your epic zombie movie marathon
What the
meets
hell is
tasty
happening
food,
now?
good friends,
Yeah,
and the ultimate
don't do
4K
anything stupid,
TV,
like
the Sony
try and
Z
cross
Series.
Cavern or
And I had a
chasm.
thing in my ear. Jesus Christ.
Stay
What do you
on
mean
the
by
side
that?
of the furrow.
What's on the
Oh.
other side?
Well, he kind of points south. Can't see it very well, but you do see some bridges and things. You can't quite see what they're crossing, but it says there's the furrow. You don't cross it.
Why?
Well, no, you just don't. There's
What's over there? Now I'm
This
interested.
isn't done.
well, there's that's where the dragon sleeps. That's where the king and the castle is. That's where all the nobles are. They don't want your kind and my kind over there.
They take slaves there?
Well, the only surface dwellers like you in the city. Well, yeah, the only ones allowed over there are slaves. If you ain't a dwarf over there, you're a slave. Or a dragon.
Okay. Well, I'll go check out this Golden Brow or whatever he told me, whatever it was.
Golbron's lair. You speak Dwarvish, right?
Yep.
It is a boulet. Or a bullet, or however you want to pronounce that.
I don't think I know what that means.
There's a creature that digs in the ground. I can't remember if you guys have fought one or not. Maybe that was a different campaign.
Not these guys.
Oh, is that?
We
that's-
haven't faced a bullet. Unless it was during the day that I was gone, but I think you guys canceled anyways.
Yeah, I think that was another thing. It's a creature that digs in the earth,
Oh, okay.
and they're kind of mean.
And there's one named Goldbrun?
Well, that's what the dwarven word for boulet is.
Ah! Okay. I'm on board.
So it's the boulet's lair
All right.
because they're not French.
Like some of us. All right. Well, I'd say let's head down to the old inn.
All right, you guys head in there. It is. In order to get through there, you have to. In order to get to the entrance, you have to go through an outdoor market. Looks like there's all sorts of things being sold and purchased. That's mostly weapons and armor, but a smattering of other things as well.
Smattering.
And yeah, you find it without too much trouble. It is... Yeah, it is inside a small cavern complex. Yeah, you come in, there's a dining room. And mostly just, yeah, dining room, bar. And it's full of... There's a few Dwergar in there, but it's mostly not.
Okay. Is it mostly the races you talked about before, like the Darrow and Drow and that kind of stuff? Or are there
Yeah,
any...
I mean it's Underdark pretty
Okay.
much. I mean there probably are some surface dwellers in the city, but you haven't really seen any.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go to the bartender and ask about getting a room.
Let's see. All right. It doesn't really say. So the innkeep is oh, I'll say he's a Darrow. Doesn't really say. So he looks slightly less mad than others of his kind. At least he's looks at you with a steady gaze. That'll be 2 gold.
We do have, we have money.
Yeah, you guys got some cash.
Oh, did I? Okay. I think how much we have. I was like, I don't have any money.
We haven't used money for quite a while, though.
Yeah, I'm betting you guys. I'm kind of assuming that you guys split up cash for the most part,
Yeah.
but like Keth is the only one with real strength, so he's probably the one hauling the heavy stuff.
I have average strength.
Hey, bro, can you make change for this? For all these copper pieces for a platinum?
Yeah, I'm paying him in copper for sure. Gotta lighten the load.
Well, then he looks at you with a mad eye, but mostly the angry mad.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we'll pay him in whatever's reasonable. Don't need to give him a treasure chest full of copper.
You can use some copper if you so choose, yeah. So yeah, you guys can get some rooms, and it's comfortable. And yeah, it looks like they're doing a brisk trade. People are coming in and out, and yeah.
So I guess during our rest period, I'm going to try to spend as much time as game mechanically allows, just to try to eavesdrop on conversations and try to get a feel for what's going on.
Okay.
But also, I need to get my spell, so whatever I'm required to sit quietly
Sure.
alone or whatever.
Well, yeah, it doesn't require actually sleeping. It's just, yeah, not being active. So, yeah, you guys can hang out and listen to the talk of the town, and yeah.
Hopefully, it's not about the half elf
that's
that's in the bar.
Yeah, you hear something about a disturbance of the gate involving a half elf that looks exactly like you.
In fact, hey, wait.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get back to that in a moment. Keth and Ulrith.
Yes.
Ulrith,
Yeah.
you wake up at some point. It's tough to tell how long. You guys were drug into the fortress and thrown in the dungeon. It's a reasonably clean dungeon as far as these things go. You don't think you're put in like the
We're
damp.
only ankle deep in shit, not waist deep.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's relatively clean and dry. It's one step down from a storage room, really.
Ah.
So, but there is a sturdy lock on the door, and yeah, you guys are just kind of laying around, recuperating, after your bumps and bruises of the afternoon.
And I assume I still have my lockpicks on me, right?
You've been pretty well searched.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. I mean, you're not naked. But they did take your weapons and armor and gear. So, anything in particular that you guys want to try to do?
I try to see if there's anything in here that I could improvise as a lockpick.
Which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna MacGyver our way out of this.
Sorry, you don't have any gum wrappers.
Okay. So the cell is carved out of stone. And it has a stiff door on it. And it is locked, and you have, well, you got a pot pee in. And some straw. That's mostly it.
So that pot, what's it made out of?
It's actually a what is it? Dirkwood bucket.
Okay, so not metal.
Not metal.
No handle?
No handle. Let's see. How would they construct it?
Well, you could have wooden handles on the side. I was talking about over the top handle, but
I know.
it probably just has wooden handles on the side, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how they would do it without screws or nails or anything like that. Because they're reasonably secure about these things.
Was I conscious when they brought me through into the cage?
Yeah, ish.
How many guards did I see on my way here through the building? Or through wherever I am?
A fair number. You'd say that there's probably a couple dozen in the building immediate vicinity, like, well, not like right outside the hallway, but you know.
Okay, so if we did the old, oh, my buddy's sick, come in and open and check on him and then knock the guy out, we're still having to go through a dozen guards, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, fighting your way out would be tricksy.
Did anybody at this point, I'm assuming nobody said to us, someone's going to be coming and talking to you, so you just wait, nobody said anything like that, have they?
They kind of assumed that you were like unconscious or just, didn't feel like talking to, scum. So
I guess our choices are, if we can't figure out a way to get out and we don't think we want to try to ruse them to come and open up the gate and fight with them, we can just make a lot of noise and say, how dare you, why are we here, come and talk to us, and try to get some information.
All right.
What do you think? What do you think, Ulrith?
Could you repeat that?
He wants to start hooping and hollering.
I don't think it's really going to do much.
Okay, so
we'll
go with your idea then.
Which is what?
Oh, see, you don't have one, do you?
Yeah, my idea is this: sit around and do shit.
Well, okay, so how does that help us?
Not sure, but until everything changes, in my opinion, we can't do much for ourselves right now.
Well, I mean, you guys are pretty well injured, so.
Yeah, I'm just trying to rather than giving you, sort of as a player, not as a character, but rather than giving the DM information about what my character's doing that is worthless, and then just going back to Graham and Jason and sitting here and doing nothing, I'm trying to come up with something.
Sure.
Sorry,
well,
Rob.
If you want to start hooping and hollering, you
just
can.
fucking give up. We're all ready, Rob.
Just give up? Okay, I give up.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you role play out the entire scenario of you being drug up to the blocks and executed.
Nice.
Now that would be awesome.
I would like to try to get the attention of a guard, and just to have somebody to talk to.
All right. What are you doing?
I'm gonna take the pea pot and I'm gonna rake it against the cage. Oh, is there? Sorry, was there a bars or is it just a door?
It's a door.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna start pounding on the door then. Both fists,
All right. How long do you do it for?
I'll do it. I'll do it for a minute, unless nobody comes.
All right. After 45 seconds, you're yelling on the other side of the door. Shut up!
Oh, so this isn't a thing where there's like a little window in the door where it's just a door. Can't see even who's outside.
Well, there is a slot that they can open up and look inside, and so the 45 seconds you hear "shut up," and then the slot opens up.
Oh, okay. What do I see?
The slot's a little low. It's probably pointed at about your, mid-chest.
Oh.
If you were standing up straight.
I bend down to see what I can see.
There's a slot, and you can see he's standing back a little bit. There are some small bars on the slot too, so you can't reach through. And you see a dwarf in armor on the other side.
Okay, and
shut the fuck up.
Okay, and I say to the dwarf.
Okay, now I find something interesting here. At this point, I say, "What are you going to do? Let him sleep with your goblin mother?"
Who are you saying that to?
The dwarf outside.
Oh, but I was kind of. What do you push me out of the way of the slot and insinuate yourself in this conversation?
No, I just say it.
Okay, well, so when he's yelling that in the background, I say to this dwarf, "Yeah, sorry, I'm making so much noise. I'll calm down now. I just wanted you to be aware that I'm assuming you don't know who you're holding, and that it's not customary for your people to hold such nobility. But I just wanted to make sure you guys all knew to have your affairs in order with your families, because you're all going to be dead. And then if I can, I'll shut the slot. But if I can, I'll just back away."
All right. I like your style. Deception roll.
Okay. I will use my inspiration.
Ouch. So, did you want me to do a deception on that insult? Because I was trying to provoke him.
Oh, I see. I don't even know. Let's see, what would that be?
Either that be or persuasion.
It's not quite intimidation. That's a raw insult. Just do charisma.
Charisma, no skill.
No skill.
Okay, I'm inspiring that. Sorry, that's a 19. Did that wrong. I right click instead of clicking on advantage.
Surface. Gum. All right.
Oh no. So you're actually saying that your mom is a goblin then? That's good to know. Because you're not exactly denying it here. I wonder how your brethren will think about them having a half-goblin dwarf down here.
User in your channel timed out.
And there he goes.
He was
Insult too
insulted.
much. He rage quitted. He's...
User entered your channel.
Welcome back, Josh.
Howdy.
So, where did I leave off with you?
Oh, well, he shut the slot. And yeah, you haven't heard anything from him for a few minutes.
Oh, okay. But, you didn't hear anything, my response to
Oh,
his
I
grunt?
heard. Well, like I said, he had, like after the second insult, he had already slammed the slot shut.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
In that case, I'm just going to sing at the top of my voice a elven song. And just not quit.
All right.
And knowing that I've completely failed, I will lay down and try to get a long rest in.
All right. So yeah, you guys are resting up.
After 5 minutes, nothing happens, does it?
No.
Okay, then I long rest.
Yeah, and no dinner is brought to you guys. All right, other guys in the inn. You guys are hanging out there. Let's see. You're just kind of listening to the conversations?
Yeah, that's my plan. Yeah, just trying to eavesdrop and try to learn as much as I can.
All right. All right. If you're not going to ask any specific questions and are just kind of listening, roll a investigation. Okay. So yeah, you hear a few things.
Nice to meet you. Nice to
You hear
meet you.
that, sounds like trade in the Underdark has slowed down quite a bit. It's a lot more dangerous. There's a lot more things that aren't usually hostile are becoming a lot more hostile. So the primitive stuff. And some stories sound kind of apocryphal, except for you've seen it yourself that there's demons attacking travelers and attacking towns, and some of them are obviously exaggerated, but you think you know that there is some truth to them.
And I guess, yeah, what are people saying about the disturbance at the gate?
Just that there was a brouhaha. Some people tried to break in. Not, without. You don't get any details.
Okay. As long as they're not looking for the renegade half elf who's obviously somewhere near. I guess that's what I'm listening for. Anything that has to do with the half elf.
Yeah, there's nothing immediate.
Okay.
Nobody around you says anything about it. 1 second, guys.
I'm going to get myself a soda. We'll be right back.
All right, I'm back. Any specific questions or anything? Did you actually want to talk to anybody, or?
No. I'm afraid someone might ask me a question.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not all. It's mostly non-Dwergar in here.
Good.
So this is the foreigners in. So there are Svirfneblin and Drow and things here.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just kind of waiting, killing time until I can try that locate object spell.
All right. Well, then, yeah, you guys can get a rest in, unless you're doing anything in particular, Veer.
No, I'm waiting.
Okay. Then, yeah, you guys all can get a rest in and are in much better shape.
Woo!
And want to all right. So, so you guys are gonna wake up and do the locate object?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the range on that?
1,000 feet?
Yeah, 1,000 feet.
All right, and where are you doing it from?
Trying to think. I guess what is going to be your decision on, so I can concentrate on it for up to 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So if I cast it and walk around with it, and let's say Dawnbringer's greater than 1,000 feet from me, and if I walk around and it comes within that range, do you think something would beep?
If it's not in the immediate, if it's not in your range when you first cast it, does it work?
Yeah, I mean, it says up to 10 minutes of concentration. It seems like,
Seems like that might be the point of it.
yeah, like you'd think.
And then if you get within that 1,000 feet, it tells you like direction and things like that.
Yeah, so you describe the name or an object that's familiar to you, and so you sense the direction of the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement. That's about it. It's got some description on, you have to have seen it. The object has to have been close to you.
Okay.
And if it's behind. It can't locate an object if any thickness of lead blocks a direct path between you and the object.
Okay, Superman.
I
Alright.
am a powerful, powerful cleric, and that's the only thing that can stop me.
Okay. So
So I will cast that initially in our room, and then see what happens. And then if not, I'll just go. Well, Vera, I think we should just go walk around and see if we can get within 1,000 feet of this thing.
Yeah, probably.
So as the crow flies, you're not that far away from that hold. So yeah, you're within 1,000 feet of it from your room.
Okay.
So yeah, it's coming up in that fortress.
Go across the chasm. Is that?
No, it's not across the chasm. So the I can. Yeah,
I got a beat on it, Vera, so that's good.
You guys are in the area here. So. You guys are in Golbron's lair, and the sword is in Overlake Hold.
So directly east, if that's east.
Yeah, the compass rose is actually correct on this one. So yeah, it's a little northeast of you.
Okay. Looks like it's back the way we were.
I'm back.
You came from this direction, from the east.
Well, I guess I'd like to get a little closer just to, confirm that's where they are, since
Okay.
I'm probably making some assumptions that it's in Overlake Hold.
That's true, yeah. I mean, you can't see it from your room.
Yeah. Look out the window, I see them. I'm like, oh, there they are.
Yeah, you think they're down a ways?
Like
Or at
underground?
least you think the sword is, underground from where you're at. I mean, not everything is stable. Actually, they were right on par with you. The sword is when you cast it, and then you actually kind of have to go up to get to the surface because you were slightly underground as well. So, and yeah, it looks like it's pointing out towards the fortress.
Well, predictably, maybe. Seems like they're still in that fortress.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the kind of fortress that's on Dark Lake. So it's,
Okay.
it's looking out. I can put Dark Lake out.
And we walk through here, right? These are the gates it's guarding? Like, is that...
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it's not guarding as in it kind of looms over it, not as in it. There aren't like immediate gates right around you. The gates into the city, the main gates are kind of off to the east over there. That's kind of where you came from.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Where was our fight?
Kinda in. They didn't have a very good map of. I don't like using this map for the fight, but in this area.
Okay. And we just kind of hustled southwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm assuming we're out walking around when we kind of narrow it down to probably in that fortress.
Yeah, you don't have to go too far before you realize it. You come out the gate or out of the door for Golbron's, and you're in that in the Blade Bazaar, and right on this little area here.
And then it's just pretty much that fortress in the water.
And then,
right?
the fortress overlooks it, and there's quite a bit more city off to the west. and south. But yeah, this is the area that you're in here.
Well, it looks like at least the sword's in there.
And yeah, it is a. See if it describes it any better. Overlake Hold. It's carved into a massive stalagmite on the shore of Dark Lake.
You got to be able to see him, Veer, or if we just get closer, do you think you might be able to message him?
I've got to know about where they're at and who I'm talking to.
Yeah, so it's a massive fortress built all over this stalagmite. It's got like catapults.
Depends on how precise your spell is, I guess.
Built into it. Yeah, I'm gonna say that if you can't see them, it's probably pretty difficult. I mean, if the sword was on, if you had cast the spell and the sword was on Ulrith, then you could probably message him with it, but it would probably be difficult. Well, with him casting the spell and then you trying to message and the sword's, probably not on him. So.
You talk to the sword?
Yeah, I could send it a message.
Might be able to tell us something. I don't know.
All right. So yeah, you guys are staring at a fortress. At about that time, there are a sizable contingent of guards switching over to the other guys in the fortress. The door swings open as you hear some footsteps outside, and you can see a number of guards out there. Come on, scum.
Okay, whatever.
Yep, I start walking out.
All right. Yeah, they haul you along. And yeah, you are held for a little while in a little holding area, but you are then taken to a dark office. And there is an imposing female gray dwarf in there. She's fully armored and
She
has some sort of insignia that you have not seen on any of the other guards. As a couple of other stone guards, which you've seen before. Says, I'm Captain Araday Blackskull, commander of the Stone Guard. Let me start by saying you are worth nothing here in Graxeltal. Most of those in my command would sell you off in a heartbeat as the cheapest manual labor. However, I've learned to make much better use of adventurers like you.
Listening.
You managed to fight off a number of guards. Made a good show of it. And almost impressive for scum like you. But must ask, what initially started the fight?
We didn't want to give a bribe to get through the gate. The guard said we have to give them money or they're going to turn us into slaves. So we chose option 3.
See. What I thought. Things are... That is not the way of things in Grexalto. It is not how we operate. Even trash like you deserve better than that. So, you are new here. You are
Yep.
not part of what's been going on.
Definitely not.
So, what I want you to do, if it is search out other corruption, other strange events. I believe there's much going on.
You mean as in the Demogorgon wiping out an entire city?
There we go with the Demogorgon again.
Yeah,
I thought I
It's
said
like
the
watching
Demogorgon.
Stranger Things again.
Yeah, it's his name, right? It's just Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought I said the Demogorgon, but I apologize.
Yeah,
the Demogorgon wiped out an entire city.
No, that's the whole point. Is it's not the Demogorgon. It's just Demogorgon.
Oh, I thought it was also a name.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah, but we're not going to. Do you want? So from now on, we're going to call you the Rich,
Anyways, whatever.
which I'm sure you're okay with. By the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, she still stares at you blankly. What?
Yeah, a Demogorgon wiped out a Sahuagin city.
We saw it.
And we ran really fast away from it.
It was the fish people, not the shark people. But yeah.
That's what we said. Wasn't it Sahuagin?
No, it was. That's the shark people.
Big nail clipper.
I thought it was the same race as Mr. Pacifist dude.
Don't need to use it.
Oh, Kuatoa. Sorry.
Anyway.
I said Kuatoa instead.
Okay. I've heard some reports of disturbances. I didn't want to believe anything along those lines, that anything could bring that kind of destruction, and I don't want to see that here in Grexalta.
Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you whether or not if it's coming this way, not going this way, or going an entirely different direction, because we did the smart thing and ran our sorry little asses out of there.
Wow. What I would like you to do, I believe that there's something corrupting our city, and I want you to be on the lookout. Find it.
AFK.
If you can do that, then I can help you with your charges and help you get out of the city.
You got any leads on that?
The only name I have for you is Droki. Say Darrow. eluded capture so far. Lives on the other side of the city in the West Cleft, but we can't seem to track him down. And so, if you can follow him or see what he does or seize him,
I think
find out what he's up to.
I think Keth and I and our other companions would probably be okay with that.
But
I know I would be.
Be on the lookout for anything else as well. Let me know if anything, other suspicious things happen. I believe this.
Just to make sure, we're talking about grand, almost conspiracy level things, and not just the normal everyday stuff. Because as with all living things, everyone does bad shit to each other.
This Droki may be linked to something of a conspiracy. Maybe even involving the Council of Savants and some of the lairds. And if that's true, then we could. Well, if I uncover something like that, that would help. That would help the city, but it would certainly earn the attention of the Deep King. If you help me with that, I will help you with the getting out of the city and probably find some other things, perhaps some equipment and such.
Okay. Would you be able to help Keth and I get our original equipment back? Or are we gonna bone it?
Well, what about Shuashar? He's in the room.
Shuashar doesn't have any equipment.
His too.
We'll take his equipment. You can keep him. For collateral.
By the way, I did not actually say that.
I know. Do you agree to my terms? She looks at all of you.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Keth. There you go.
All right, yeah, the other two are in as well. All right. Then you are, well, she hands you each a badge.
I want a badge.
She says, keep this hidden. Use it only if you need it. Otherwise, don't let people know that you're working for me. But if you do get into trouble with the guards or something like that, it will at least help you get out of it.
Understandable.
And then, yeah,
slightly bow my head.
She sends you on your way, gets you your equipment, and you're out of the hold. You're booted out.
Out of the abyss? Oh, I got excited. Damn.
Oh. And now,
I thought we might have won there for a second.
So the sword is on the move there. Paman.
Uh-oh, the sword's moving. Keep up. I'm trying to like circle around, to try to like figure out like where it's going.
I dust myself off. And is there anyone that does not appear that if I were to talk to them that they would spit at me nearby?
You don't know, spit at you? Well, I wouldn't. I don't know if you'd recognize that guard from the previous evening. He'd definitely spit on you. But the rest of them, mostly they just seem kind of dour.
Okay.
Not necessarily like actually angry at you. They just, want you
Guys,
to
I'm
know
gonna
that.
have to be AFK for a while. I'm sorry. I gotta go pick my daughter and take 2 of her friends home.
Okay. Well, then
Yeah.
I ask one of the ones that just seem dour and not spiteful. And it's like, hey, do you know where a inn is that would be willing to, house overlanders like myself?
Well, one place like that is the lair, and it ain't here, so move along.
Where's
Out
Where's
there,
the lair?
move along.
Okay.
Didn't we kill one of the guards?
I think we killed at least 2 to 3.
Yep.
Oh,
Please
like-
tell me we got eeps for that.
Oh, yeah. Eeps. Oh, you lost. You didn't get any extra.
Dang.
Let's
Hey.
see. So the yeah, while we're talking about it, just so that bribe, what they were just talking to her about, like she was asking about what prompted the fight and the bribe.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal behavior for Dwergar at all. So the fact that you ended up killing him, that's forgivable in her eyes.
All right.
We got rid of a problem.
And that's the type of thing that she wants you looking out for.
You want just killing people?
No,
That's all I heard.
No, killing people that are going to present a problem.
Got it. I'll be killing everybody. Roger, loud and clear.
Yeah, murderer.
Don't say another word.
Murderer extreme. All right, let's see. And
Well, we are murder hobo adventurers, so
murder hobo adventure. Yeah. So, the. Why? All right. Well, they'll start rolling initiative too. I mean, they all draw their weapons.
All right. Well, I'm circling around. If the sword's on the move, I'm trying to figure out where it's going.
You probably have to use a second casting.
Okay.
But yeah, at some point the sword makes its way out into the city, and yeah, you can see it's on Ulrith's hip.
Oh. Hi. You guys
Oh.
got out.
What's up?
yeah, it was actually pretty easy.
We have a special mission that Ulrith would be glad to explain to you.
Basically,
No,
this.
no time.
Basically, this. We need to look for a Darrow named Droki and find out what he's up to. If we find out what he's up to, and he's up to something nefarious, as in something that could hurt the city, we are supposed to take care of it, and all the charges between all of us go away.
And I very stealthily flash my badge. We each have one of these. What? Nothing? I don't have anything. Did you see that?
I want a badge.
You're with us.
And what are Darrow again? Are they like the Underdark somethings? What are?
They're still dwarves. Just
Oh, a different
different-
kind of dwarf.
yeah.
They're like dark
They're the
dwarves
dwarves
or
that
something,
didn't
aren't
get
they?
mind raped.
Nice. Ulrith rolled initiative.
Well, yeah. After I said that we're murder hobo adventurers, it's well, there was something nearby. We had to kill it, right?
Well, I'd say we were just at an inn with a bunch of non-Drugar. We should just go back there and start asking around.
All
Sounds
right.
good. Oh, and I also tell you what side of the city he was last seen in. I didn't take that note.
Facebook.
Did Josh go AFK?
Oh, sorry, I turned my mic off and forgot to turn it back on. I'm still eating,
Ah.
so when you guys are
Okay,
talking
no
amongst
problem.
yourselves, I try and take a bite, So yeah, you guys can head back to the inn. A Darrow is a type of dwarf that got corrupted. They're all pretty much crazy, at least a little bit. And they are kind of
So instead of getting mind raped, they got soul raped.
yeah, something along those lines. I'd have to look it up to find
I forgot,
out.
it's been too long.
Yeah, I don't even remember. You guys have met one. Boopido.
Yeah, I thought. I remember. Let's go save him from the river, and we'll ask him a question.
Nope, they were mind raped. They were captured by mind flayers and
I thought that was
yeah.
Duergar.
No, they were Dwergar that got mind. Well, and they were all captured by them, but Darrow were subjected to extra experiments.
Ah.
So yeah. So yeah, but there's a fair number of them living around here too. Mostly, I mean, you see them. They're shopkeepers and things like that. But yeah. Kind of scum of the earth here. All right. So what are you guys up to here?
By the way, did we go by anything that was like a bazaar or other shoppy type areas?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you come out of the hold, you come around. You guys are headed towards that inn. That entire plaza area on the waterfront, that's the Blade Bazaar. So if you're looking to buy and sell things.
So we got some stuff we might as well try to, unload.
Yeah, could we sell stuffs?
And I need some more bolts.
No, you cannot. Oh wait.
Dang.
Let's sell stuffs and get some money and buy stuffs.
Yes.
All right. What I wanted. Blade Bazaar. Kept bringing up the wrong thing. Okay. All right, so what are you guys trying to sell here?
Sell it all.
Sell it all.
For the best price and the most
There's
stuffs.
there's no
all of the parcel items we want to sell.
there's nothing
Aside from the oil.
Oh wait.
Do we want the oil slipperiness?
Well, wait a minute. There's a couple potions in there that are not identified, but which wouldn't be sold anyway. But they should be identified now. Whoever had them would have identified them.
Sorry, anything that's not a potion or an oil.
So pretty much the non-magical stuff.
Well, yeah. When you hit sell, it won't sell the magical stuff anyway.
There's also a necklace that's not identified, which probably would have been identified by now.
Which again, if it's magical and he sells it, it won't sell it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys. I didn't realize that hadn't gotten.
Oh my God! Probably could have used that necklace of fireballs inside the cell when
Maybe.
we were being captured. Blow that shit up.
Alright. So,
Can we try to get a? Who are we selling this to? Some merchant? Just some dude on the
yeah,
bazaar?
well, I mean, you guys are gonna have to spend some time.
Oh, I
In
have a
the
feeling it's pretty
in the
much.
So-
bazaar.
The standard is when you click the sell button, Fantasy Grounds gives you 50% of the value. Can we try to bargain with these guys to get a higher value?
Yes. Can I try to persuade them that they're actually better than what they actually are?
Yeah, you can try.
How do you want us
Anyone
to do
want-
that?
Anyone want to help me with that persuasion?
Oh, is it a persuasion check? Okay, hold on.
No, as in, did you want to assist me?
Right, I cannot assist you with persuasion. But
Oh.
he didn't say it was persuasion. That's why I asked the DM what
Oh,
you want us to
sorry.
do.
Well, so the kind of the standard for in a situation of a bazaar like this, or if you're trying to sell magic items or anything like that, is first off you have to find a buyer. So you have to that's an investigation.
Well, but we're just trying to do the mundane stuff first.
I know, but even so, it depends on what you're trying to sell. If you're trying to sell off like the glowing crystal chunks, or you have to find a gem merchant or whatever. You spend a large part of the day, is what I'm saying,
Oh, okay.
in
Well,
the bazaar.
So, on terms of the investigation part, can we more or less assume that we find, for the non-magical stuff that is, if we were going to sell whatever magical stuff that we have, that we pretty much find it but spend the entire day doing it?
Maybe depends on how bad your roll is.
Okay. Anyone else have investigation aside? I'm
So,
pretty sure someone else. Wait. Doesn't Paulman have investigation?
No, I have some intelligence. That's all I got.
Or is that Veer?
I don't
Does
know.
Veer have investigation?
I don't know.
Well, you could find out.
I am looking. It's a full star if you have it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That doesn't seem right.
So he doesn't, or does?
Oh, he does. He just has an 8 int.
Oh my God. Well, let him
What's
do
his
it.
bonus?
Let
Why
him
is
do
only
it
a
then.
+1?
Jesus.
I don't understand.
Okay, he'll assist
Oh.
me
Yeah.
because I have it, but mine's a +2 at least. So
Jeez.
why is it a +2?
So I
Is
guess
my int 8 also?
No,
No,
that's
it's
your proficiency
10.
bonus. What do you need, Jason?
well, so I have a +2 to my investigation as well.
Right. But the person, yeah. So there you go. It's done.
All right.
How about
yeah,
a 22, good sir?
what were you trying to sell?
Everything that's not magical.
What were you trying to sell?
All of the gems.
There we go. Okay, you can find a gem merchant, and he even dabbles in jewelry, so you can sell off a number of those things.
Yay.
See. If I just hit sell, does it sell off everything that isn't?
If you hit the sell button and if you have the percentage set at 50%, it's going to give you 50% of the value of everything that's sellable, which is all the items but the magical ones.
All right. So you don't have much trouble with.
Can I try to barter him to get a better value, or
Yeah, you can try.
what is that with? Persuasion, or anyone else have persuasion? Like Veer?
Maybe.
I have a +0 in persuasion.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, Veer has persuasion.
He's helping me then.
Okay. All right, give me a second here. That's pretty good. So. All right, so you guys are negotiating, going back and forth, and you feel like you're. Well, I guess I'll roll. You feel like you're getting the better of him a little bit, but all of a sudden he just says something, turns invisible, and then keeps negotiating with you.
What kind of?
He just keeps negotiating with you as you're talking. But you talk him up a little bit, not a whole lot, but you can get a little bit extra there.
We'll take it, whatever.
He was a tough haggler, tough negotiator.
They usually are. Still don't know what that potion is.
Yeah, so now I can
Oh,
look
it
at
also
some of these
sold
things.
some potions of. It sold both of the potions of greater healing. Also,
It did. I think the reason it did that is they actually had an assigned value.
Right.
And most magic items don't have an assigned value.
So get rid
I
of
need to subtract
20.
52.
Yeah.
That's annoying. All right, so
Not much money. Adventuring does not pay.
No, you got to hit the caches, if you know what I'm saying. CASHCHE. Cache.
Yep. I was
Har,
looking up.
all right. Anything else?
Not meant to be a joke.
Sold.
Don't think so.
No, I think everything else is good.
Yeah. Everything else was supposed to get sold. Oh, I guess the glowing crystal chunks didn't get sold.
Well, they don't have a value.
Oh.
4 sets of plate armor. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're worth money.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
are,
but those are magical as well. Or
No.
something.
They're
not identified.
Because they were stripped off of like orcs, so they didn't really have the gear. But plate armor is worth money, even if it's trash, just because it's a lot of metal.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
But why isn't it identified is my question. Is it
Because
is it,
I didn't like drag it in from the player's handbook or whatever. I was quickly just writing.
Oh,
it
you
down.
wrote in. Okay, so we're going to
Yeah.
figure that out to figure out what the
Yeah, we'll figure out something here. All right, but first,
So is he? Yeah, I was going to say I don't know how much those glowing crystal chunks are, or can we sell it to him or not?
so
or-
before, no, it is not jewelry. He doesn't know what they are, and he is not going to purchase them.
Okay.
1500 is the standard price for plate armor.
Okay. So now you guys have money, so now I don't have to do crazy math in the future. All right. So, let's see. We got a potion that's unidentified. That should have been
And we also need 2 more greater healing potions in there.
right.
I'm trying to see if I could just find the greater healing potion and drag it into the thing.
You can't. It's in the I think it's only in the DMG. I don't think it's in the player's handbook, is it?
I doubt it. Potion of greater healing. Luckily, it's in my.
No,
Dang.
just the regular healing one, not great.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, there you go. And
Oh, a filter of love.
mm-hmm.
What's up?
Deputy Kath?
Oh, I am
Yeah.
so taking that.
Thank you for noticing that 25 minutes after I changed it.
Well, I didn't notice till you got paid money, and I'm like, did he get paid more than me because he has a title?
No, I just changed my name to Deputy Calf because we have badges. I'm
taking a filter of love.
How are you now?
Pay the group. That's expensive. I know it is. Potions.
Also
Sure.
extremely useful.
Right. Let's see.
So we go find an armor smith.
All right.
Don't we want to sell that necklace too?
no.
No, we want that necklace.
I want
Ne-
money.
Actually, you would probably be pretty good with the necklace.
I think you just throw it, right?
All right. So the plate armor needs to go bye-bye.
Yeah, you just throw it, and it's it's as if you're casting a fireball spell, and you're not
Yeah.
always up front. So therefore, you're probably a really good choice for that necklace. Give you some extra punch.
You can even throw. You can throw the whole necklace at once. Oh my
I
god!
will too. I just nuke the shit. Oh, what I really want is a nicer crossbow.
Well, we might be able to buy something if we get all this stuff cashed out, because that armor's going to be worth
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, because that's what I want to do. So I
And
don't have to
so,
be up front.
if those glowing crystal chunks are completely worthless, Josh, can you just take them, just eliminate them?
Well, they're not.
I also asked the guy is like, do you know anyone that specializes in crystals or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. I know a guy. He's still invisible, by the way.
Can we
Okay.
identify those crystals, or does it say anything? Because for us, they're not identified.
Sure. Well, that's because once again, it came from like some random encounter thing, but it doesn't have. It's not an item that it had to just drag over.
So if you identify it, it's not going to give any other information.
I think it might already be identified.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
got
no,
a
no,
red
it's
line
not.
through.
All right. So yeah, because it's.
Oh, so now what happens is, now it just changes it to a blank. So that's twice it's done that.
Oh, great.
Because the non-ID name is the same as the.
Right. So
And then
What was the 3-1 then?
Oh, it's gems. Okay, so those need to be sold. So sell those off. All right, so that's some more stuff. Clearing some of this junk out.
So
All right.
who rolls for how many beads are left on that necklace of fireballs?
Well, I guess I would.
D6 plus 3.
There are 8 beads on it.
Hot damn.
Just throw the entire.
oh, throw the thing. That would be a 9th level fireball.
All right.
Yeah.
No,
Any
it'd
of
be
you
a
have-
10th level fireball. It's going to be impossible.
Any of you have mending?
Ooh,
I'm
mending.
sure. I'm sure
or-
I do.
It's a cantrip. So
Yeah, let me
Does
check.
does
I
Veer
don't
have it?
do. I do.
beer does.
Oh, okay,
not.
good. So Famin has it.
You have mending?
Oh wait, I have to pick it, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I just was looking at the spell list. No.
Yeah, unlike the rest of your spells, you can't just wait a day to memorize
Although,
it.
don't you? I don't know that you want to pick mending, but at some point you guys get an extra.
Yeah, I don't think I got one yet. The fifth
Yeah,
level?
I
extra
got a new
cantrip
spell, but I
is
didn't get mending.
like 5th level, I think, or something.
Might
Might depend on the class.
No,
fourth
it
for
is- it is fifth.
bard.
Is it 4th? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fourth.
It's
for
fourth for
cleric.
cleric.
Oh yeah, we're only 4th level, not 5th.
Yeah, so I
keep
guess I
forgetting
do
that.
get one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So,
I don't know that
is
mending
it going to
is
be
what you
mending
want,
then,
but-
or that's funny?
Well, yeah. All it would do is like this stuff is pretty beat to shit, but with some careful use of mending, it would increase the value of it. So
Absolutely, especially the plate, which is very valuable.
well, that's what that's specifically what I'm talking about is the plate, where it's
Yeah.
you can get. As it is, you're gonna get some money for it because it is salvageable, but yeah.
I don't know that I really care, but that thaumaturgy is pretty neat, or whatever the right way to pronounce it is.
I think that's roughly correct.
The only reason I don't like that cantrip is because it's the hard word.
Do you think prestidigitation is way easier to say?
Prestidigitation is very easy to say. Thaumaturgy is not. I have to look at to see how it's spelled. But yeah,
Thaumaturgy?
prestidigitation has never bothered me.
I don't think it's going to be mending. I think it's going to be resistance or guidance.
Guidance is a pretty potent.
Yeah,
Right.
I have
Guidance
that.
is really good.
I'd have that already if I realized that existed until just now.
Force you to reread the
Yeah.
cantrips.
Yeah, so I have.
I
Guidance.
think you could swap around what cantrips you know.
No, you
Oh.
cannot. You can do that with
Those are
spells
shit.
in some cases, but you can never do that with cantrips. You have to
Yeah.
cantrips. You learn them and they're permanently yours, and you can add to them, but you can't change them.
Yep.
Yeah, so I have guidance, not mending.
All right. Well, you use it to guide yourself to. All right.
Can I touch myself? It seems like I could.
Yeah, you can guide yourself.
Yeah, one willing creature. I'm willing.
I forgot, is it a bonus action or?
In action.
It's an action, but
Oh.
but it lasts for a while, right? It's like an hour or something goofy.
Up to a minute. Concentrated.
Oh, up to a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
It is a concentration spell, so yeah, you have to keep that in mind. But all right. So so yeah, you think you can still sell it. You're just not going to be getting, full value out of these things.
Okay. And just as a reminder, not to forget the 2 potions.
I already had them back in.
Oh, you did? Oh. Maybe you have to refresh it. Oh, yeah, no, I see him now. Thanks.
Kath, you should probably at least have one of them. if
Okay, I'll
not
take one.
both. Am I the other one that tends to get into melee?
Beer
Yeah.
definitely does not want to. Common gets up in the mix sometimes.
Yeah, but I got this hot new sword, so.
Yeah, my plan is to not do that, but I need a better crossbow, and so I'm hoping.
Yeah, after we sell this stuff, we should have enough money to get you one.
And
Oh, yeah.
But I was trying to figure out, just because I'm so stupid, like how do we get magic shit? Is that a section?
Same
in this
thing,
book, or
you-
is that,
you
like,
have
in the
to-
DM?
No, it's a DM's guide that has all the magic items, but the way
Oh.
you procure it is you find a guy selling stuff, and then Josh prices it,
Yeah.
and we get it. There's
Yeah, there
ranges.
So, yeah, I'm not doing it the Adventurers League way, where it's like whatever I.
So how I do it is, first of all, Fantasy Grounds has completely random, arbitrary numbers assigned to all magic items. It's just a random number within the given range based on rarity.
Okay.
And what I do is I use the DMG scale, like like common is 1 to 500, uncommon is
Right.
501 to 1000, whatever that scale is, and I just half it. Like whatever the rarity is, I just put it right in the middle and call it the price. That's how I do it in my games. You're of
I
course completely whatever you want to do, but
I was gonna do the the it's going to be a tighter market, so like you have to actually negotiate and do all these things, and it's not necessarily easy to find a buyer or a seller. That type of
right,
thing. So
right. But as
you're
far as the
gonna have to.
pricing, the Fantasy Grounds module prices these things at a completely arbitrary. You want to just pay no attention to that.
Yeah, and
It does the
I wasn't gonna
equipment
do
at
that.
the right price, but the magic items are all wonky priced.
Because it's just plus or minus whatever around that in that
Yeah,
range.
and they're all fixed. So even though they're arbitrary values, they're all it doesn't calculate them every time you deal with them. They're a fixed price in the database and they're always the same. So the ring of protection is always, 1,387 gold pieces or whatever the fucking stupid price is.
Okay,
That's just how they programmed it to do it.
I was gonna ignore that, and I don't have the Dungeon Master's Guide. So
Oh,
you're
actually,
gonna-
I can give you. Yeah, I've got it. I got the book right here. I can, and I know where that table is.
Well, I have. I meant in Fantasy Grounds. So magic items are going to be somewhat limited. I mean, I can get you a +1 crossbow or whatever, assuming you can find one. But if you're looking for the X of X, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
have, I
but
don't have
so, but
every item in the magic
that
item.
module, the Out of the Abyss, should have a crap load of magic items listed in the items, doesn't it?
It does have some. It does have some, but if you're looking for a specific, goggles of night or whatever, that might not be in here.
Yeah, we can, but you can make it. You can make any item.
It's true. It's just
So
how
if somebody
much-
wants something
yeah.
that you don't have, we can just make it.
It's pretty easy to do like a +1 weapon, though. That's not hard. So,
Yeah, that's easy.
all right. So with that in mind, I don't even know how much money you guys have. I guess you guys are sitting on potentially enough cash.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
so-
once we sell the armor, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody gives a shit about the rabbit's foot, by the way.
Or the
Aw.
fragment.
If it's worthless, I'll keep it. I'll keep the rabbit's foot.
Keep it. Take it off.
It
Keep
might be
Brag
lucky.
it. Also take the necklace of fireballs also.
Well, do I think Veer might want something?
Well, I was going to say,
Veer has enough offensive output that he doesn't necessarily
that's
need
true. You'd probably be better off with the necklace because you can make use of it. The oil of slipperiness should be either Ulrith or myself because it seems to be a up close combat-y kind of, hey, I'll fuck you up thing.
It's not. It takes 10 minutes to apply.
What kind of a sticky black?
Or you can just dump it on the ground to do a grease spell.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
mu-
freedom
I
of
much
movement
prefer
thing is
the-
10 minutes to apply. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's so much cooler that way, but then it only lasts for 8 hours. I mean, 8 hours is cool, but you never know when you're going to be grappled by a giant snake or something.
Right.
I'd probably say go for it, Kath. Let me rephrase that. Deputy Kath.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right. So you guys want to track down a plate or a armor person?
Yeah.
And you want to find somebody about these glowing crystal chunks.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And
He gave
and
us a name. We'll
and
go
I-
find him.
And I'm interested, I guess, in two things. The only reason I bring it up now is I might be interested in buying some armor. So I just want to keep that in mind. So maybe I'll just remember who it is when if we find him.
Okay.
What kind of armor do you want?
Well, I kind of want some half plate or magical scale potential. I don't really know how much things cost, so
Can you wear plate?
I can't wear heavy. Only
Okay, so because we got that, but if you can't wear it,
I would probably say still stick with breastplate so that you're not so loud that your ability to stealth is less than non-existent.
Well, I'm in scale now.
Scale does have the armor penalty, right?
Yeah.
Disadvantage for stealth.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go find. So, Palman, you're gonna take the necklace, yeah?
I mean, I'm happy to. I just feel bad. It
User
seems
in
like
your
it's
channel timed out.
it's the fanciest thing we got.
Yeah, but you're probably the one that would most
User entered your channel.
be able to use it because typically the two of us are in melee, and Veer is way in the back, 70 feet away from everything, and then you're kind of darting in and out.
Okay. I mean,
So
it's fine. I'm happy
yeah,
to
it seems
take
to me that Palman's the best choice to have it.
Agreed.
It definitely gives you some offensive options. That's nice.
All right.
So, who are you talking to first?
Let's go for the plate guy,
All right.
the armor smith.
Hey, capital doesn't mean anything in the commands in Twitch, because since you said check me, Alan, I said check me.
Do they happen to also be the weaponsmith?
Well, he's mostly just, he sells weapons and armor. He doesn't necessarily.
But he
anything.
he buys weapons also, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
What happened to Ulrith?
My connection went wonky again.
Oh, did it? Okay.
So, yeah.
We might get all kicked off here or something.
Well, most of you immediately reconnected, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Had some problems.
So, did you want me to do another persuasion for the plate?
Yeah, see how you do.
And I have a Drowcraft dagger I want to sell.
Okay.
It's in my equipment. I can't drag it into the parcel items.
Why not?
It doesn't do anything.
That's odd. Are you dragging the shield and not the words?
Yeah, I'm dragging the shield.
That's disturbing. That should work.
Where
I
is
assumed that's how you would do it. It's the first item under equipment.
Are you connected right now?
Oh, that's why your token isn't
Oh.
up in the top of the thing. That's why it's not working.
Yeah, you got booted when the problem
Yeah.
started.
Okay. Hold
So
on.
normally that would work if you were connected.
Okay.
I mean, you might
So
still see the
my-
graphics, but it's not. You're not talking to the thing.
So my assumption was actually correct on that. I was like, you know what? I bet I could just drag it back into the parcel.
Yes, you can.
And I'm loading.
And we're loading, and we're loading.
Come on. Give me Ulrith to select already. There you are.
Come on.
Yay. Ulrith Gann.
All right, now try dragging the thing.
There it goes.
Okay.
Now do a persuasion.
Yeah. So
Veer is assisting me again. Not as good as before. And this
Yeah,
is
because
for
you
the
should always
dagger and the
complain about a
foreplate.
21.
Yeah. So
I said not as good as before.
I
wasn't
understand that,
complaining.
but you always do that, Rich. You always roll, and then whatever you roll, you always have a negative comment about it.
Oh.
And you're just
Sorry, man.
all you're doing is putting ideas in Josh's head that say, "Oh yeah, that isn't that good, is it?"
Oh no, well but I know what the other guy rolled during his haggling, so I just compare the two.
Oh, there's a whole other flip side.
Yeah, so it's how good was he at negotiating, and yeah, so you guys haggle back and forth. it goes on for a long time, and right in the middle of it, he just looks you dead in the face and says, "Well, maybe I'll fucking kill you and just take all your money."
Jesus.
Okay, we'll give you the price that you asked for first, then.
What? I mean, if you want to stop, I'll take your money. Yeah.
Well,
or
actually,
I'll take your armor.
no, you're going to give us the money that you first offered.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Okay, thank you.
He was disappointed. He was saying, we were negotiating. I said, I'll stab your throat and murder you. You're supposed to say, no, thank you, sir.
All right. Is it going to?
Remember, I'm a half elf. I'm
Yeah.
not exactly a
Yeah.
dwarf.
He looks a little confused at the turn of events. It seemed like you were haggling hard, and then all of a sudden. So yeah, you get some.
Woo!
It was worth some
And
money.
now the dagger. How much did we get for? How much is that?
Well,
worth?
he won't take the dagger. It's a magic item. You have to find
Do you know
somebody that wants.
Do you know someone that wants to buy stuff like this?
Not offhand. Sometimes people are looking for something like that. They're expensive. Not everybody's just wandering around looking for one.
So how did you
Okay.
calculate that, Josh? Because we got less than half. Was
I
it
did,
because of the condition?
Because it's beat up, yeah.
So how did you? So was it? I'm just curious how you did it.
I just said that it wasn't worth 50%. It was only worth 20%.
Okay.
As a base, and then after the haggling, not much movement, and so it was worth 20%.
Gotcha.
But I better put it back to 50%, otherwise I'll forget that that's the base. All right. So yeah, you can try and find somebody to buy a dagger. You can try and find somebody about these chunks of crystal.
Well, we'll go find that guy that the other one talked about.
All right, let me. Where are they? Buried in a random encounter, so. Crystal. All right.
I don't
So
want to be. I don't want to be on this planet anymore. I just read an article where just today, all of the people who were at that standoff in the Oregon, Amon, and all those other
Yeah,
they're
we
schlucks.
yeah
Got
we
acquitted.
we covered
Got
that.
acquitted.
But, yeah, we covered that before you were on TeamSpeak.
Oh,
Yep.
Graham announced it.
yeah.
All
Sorry.
right.
He
So
didn't.
you
He didn't
guys-
threaten. He didn't threaten to leave the planet, though. That's awesome.
No, he did not. So, yeah, you guys track down a gentleman, a gentle dwarf. He when you pull out the crystal, perhaps you should handle that a little more carefully.
Whoa.
Do they explode or something?
Something like that. You don't know?
No, we don't know.
Well, I'd
No, we just
happily
took her.
enlighten you for a small fee.
How small is small?
Well, knowledge isn't cheap. We'll say 8 gold.
I'm back, guys.
Okay,
Welcome
we
back.
give him the 8 gold.
Mark it off.
Just take it out of our parcel coins if you could.
No. If you want to pay 8 gold for that, you pay fucking 8 gold.
How about 6?
There we go.
Oh, see,
All of a
now
sudden- all of a sudden.
you didn't care when it was everybody's money.
Well, now it's a negotiation.
Holy shit. So, Graham, all you missed was we've just been selling the items in the party sheet this whole time.
Are we negotiating now there, Ulrith?
No, I'll just give it to him. I don't care enough.
Okay. Mark it off. All right, so then he explains that these are chunks of crystal that have been infused in with magic. That's why they're glowing. If you hit it hard enough to break it, it'll burst and blind people in the immediate area, maybe 10 feet or so, and at least has a chance of blinding people in the immediate area. So let me see.
So we have flashbangs.
Basically,
Do the
May-
crystals have a name?
Man, okay, go ahead.
they're just I guess it is that
Sorry, back again. I had to step away for a sec, so I don't know if I missed something.
We've just been selling items in the party sheet.
Because we hacked these off like stalagmite. I thought
Yeah,
we-
you just walked into a cavern.
And started hacking off exploding gems.
Well, that was the thing.
Yeah.
Is that you didn't. I asked you guys what you did.
Yeah, I remember that.
We very carefully
Yeah,
pry them out
right,
so that
that's
they
right.
stay whole. I was like, oh wow, you're not just gonna break one, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I remember you specifically asking us how we were going to do it. I'm going to ask this guy who's giving us this information, if you throw one to make it explode, if you have your eyes closed, does it blind you as well, or can you prevent being blinded?
Just. Well, you might still be, but mostly I would just throw it further away.
Okay, so okay, that tells me what I need to know.
So the question is, can I copy and paste information? Maybe?
Yes. If you
Control C, unlock it, and
if you unlock it, and then if it won't let you paste it, you can paste it in the chat. And you don't even have to press enter, but you can take it then from the chat thing and then drag it back to where you want it.
All right. So I think it should be up to date. So if you look in the parcel stuff.
Yeah, I got the name.
Well, and then if you click on the shield, it has
No.
information about
No, it doesn't.
No.
Really? Lock that?
You now it
Refresh.
does. Now it does. Yeah, it does now. A sharp blow
Oh,
to one of the
that's now.
crystals. Yep, got it. Well, you just made yourself a magic item.
Wahoo!
So the question is, do we want these?
Oh yeah, don't we want to blind people? Hell yeah, let's keep that shit.
Other question is, so you seem to be a dealer that knows particular tastes of what people may want, and I show them the daggers. Like, hey, anyone collects these magical drow daggers around here?
Oh, well,
Or even you, maybe?
I don't really want one, though.
It'll fetch you a good penny.
I don't know. I can put the word out if you want.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, you gotta ask around and see if there's
As
anybody
in-
that's looking for
Okay. And we would just come back to you, or you got to direct them to us?
Well, it depends.
I'd rather have us go back to you, and then we'll pay you a small fee.
Oh, I see. Well, you want to do it that way? I mean, you leave it here, and I could do it for you, or
What do you think, guys? Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. What do you want for the seller fee?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm doing. Obviously, it's your item. It's your dagger. But I am doing. I'm doing the work here, and it seems to me that I should get something along the lines of 20%.
How about 5?
Oh, you want to negotiate now?
Yes.
Isn't this the guy that offered to kill you?
No.
No,
different guy.
that was.
Oh, that was the guy before. Okay.
And I learned my lesson about that, so I understand that part of the culture.
All
now.
right. Okay.
Veer helps me again. Or not. Well, actually.
Hell
kinda
no. No. Go ahead. We're a persuasive team. Go.
Yeah, how about 20%?
Yeah, take that deal.
did. Okay.
How about no?
Like I said, do you guys have a better idea on how to sell this thing?
No, yeah, Graham wasn't here to see the last fiasco. I say you give us this much. How about I just kill you and take all your shit? Okay, how about let's re-talk about that.
As a haggling technique, one of them threatened to murder you. Another one just randomly turned invisible and kept haggling.
Everybody's got their shtick.
Yeah.
Ours is just to bend over.
Tough negotiators. Okay. Well, are you leaving the dagger with them, or are you gonna try and find?
What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
we
good.
willing
I'm
to
good
take
with
that
it.
kind of loss?
I'm good with a 20% commission on a what do you call that? What, consignment?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, and so I'll get him. How about we go down to 10? But I give him a commission to find me a light crossbow as well, like a magical one.
I like your style. I think. Oh yeah, I think that's. Make it 12.
Sure. I turn invisible.
And then he threatens to murder you.
You can't find me.
Make it 12, or I just murder your children in their beds.
Oh, okay. 12 it is.
All right. So yeah.
So do we know if that's like natural behavior? Or are these guys naturally just like chaotic, that they have just like do crazy shit?
Well, you haven't spent a lot of time here, and you haven't. Hemeth never did anything like that, where he just threatened to murder you while talking to you. He never randomly turned invisible either. It does strike you as odd, but you don't know yet if it's odd because you're in a strange culture, or if they're just behaving out of sorts. In general, I mean, when you're looking around, there's kind of information about how people just kind of act.
We're selling all our crap, and
so they don't. In general, they don't.
we're gonna try to find stuff
they have
to
a
buy.
Very, strict hierarchy. where clan comes above family, above individual, and they are honest among themselves.
Silver pieces.
Asking for
That's
bribes
102 gold.
is not in their general nature. Being flashy and ornamentation is not in their
102
nature.
would be 641.
They don't do things through trickery most of the time. I mean, sometimes they'll do weird things to enslave visitors or people that are weak or vulnerable, but they're not vain or anything like that. Yeah, and they're proud of their work more than things that they actually accomplish rather than flashy things.
So I looked it
Okay,
up
so
in the
just
player's
turning
handbook.
invisible in the middle of haggling seems
Yeah.
out of character.
It's a little gimmicky. It's a little gimmicky.
All right. Okay. And so, did we have in observing that area? Did we see anything else like that?
Well, the one that was just threatened to kill you in the middle of negotiation, and then when you immediately caved, was confused. Went back to the original price. He seemed out of sorts by what happened. Yeah, I mean, if you start, I don't know, you might see other things if you keep an eye out. But yeah, you're supposed to be kind of on the lookout for odd behavior. That's what's her name, Erde, wanted you to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So in our foray, especially like when we went to that weapon armor seller, can I just take a gold off because that's how much a bolt case is and fill up my ammo?
Yeah, standard stuff you guys can purchase, particularly weapons.
Okay.
What do we do about trying to find magic items?
Yes.
So I think the DM's
Is that an
guide
investigation roll or
yeah,
something?
the DM's guide has some guidelines on
Yeah,
it.
there's some guidelines. But it's whatever you want to use or not use, and there might have been some instruction in this particular module as to how to do it or whatever. I don't know. But that's why I'm asking.
I don't think there is. Quick.
What's up? I forget, Alan. You haven't run Unknown Whom before, have you? Is this going to be your first time running that on Sunday at 5 a.m.? When I very possibly may get up and watch it because I'm just that crazy. Post connection lost.
User in your channel timed out.
And there he goes.
I thought every time Josh doesn't answer for a few seconds, I'm like, yeah, it's happening again.
Hey guys, apparently one of my dogs peed and I gotta go clean it up. So
Okay.
Marnie just
User
got
entered your
home.
channel.
So I think I'm just probably just gonna take off for the night because I've barely been here anyway. So I feel like I'm barely following it anyway.
Well, it's all bookkeeping and stuff. So yeah, okay, buddy. See you next time then.
Yeah, sorry
Ciao.
guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a good night. All right. So it looks like it's just what's going on in the
User
Dungeon Master's
disconnected
Guide.
from your channel.
What a dick. My favorite game.
I don't remember where that is in there.
Yeah, I do. It's I just was looking at it. Hold on a second.
I think I found it. Buying and selling magic items.
Yeah, like page 135-ish. Maybe a little bit in front of that. 130 maybe. Yeah, bottom of 129 is selling magic items, and then followed by there's a chart saleable magic items and
On 129, huh? Because I was looking at 135. Oh, but this is the downtime activity.
yeah, 135 on the right hand side. That's the table I was talking about that I use in my games. I just split the difference on the rarity thing, and then what I do is I make it so that like in a big city you can find, up to rare, and if you're looking for something very rare or legendary, that's like a crazy. Well, but you can't even get something. You can't even use it until 11th level anyway. Or it's supposed to be able to.
Yeah. Okay.
So I kind of just split. I split the difference on that table is how I do it. That's because I don't want to. I don't like to role play it. But I'm not saying that's what you should do. That's just what I do.
What's the D100 roll that it's talking about?
Yesterday in my game, a guy lost an eye because a frog bit him, and it was a crit, and he lost an eye from the critical fumble table. And the DM in the treasure parcel of the frog was a ring of regeneration. Oh, look at that! Like you can have your eye back.
All right, so if you don't want to pay an extra markup and want to do it yourself, it requires time. For some of these things, it's not going to be too long. A few days probably. If assuming that you can find what you're looking for, or a buyer for you're trying to sell it to someone. And so it's really mostly boils down to a investigation to try and find somebody, because you're hitting the pavement, trying to asking about what you're looking for. So are you guys trying to sell anything other than the dagger and buy?
I don't
anything
know
other
what you
than the
guys have.
crossbow?
Well, I would like to try to find a magic item.
Yeah, depending on how much the crossbow is, I might be in the market for a breastplate or a magical something armor.
I think magic weapons are kind of expensive. I think they're bumped up a tier, or maybe armor is bumped up a tier.
Because if possible, because if I remember right, Rob, you probably know this. Isn't there an ability that allows people without proficiencies to wear X armor?
Yeah, feats.
Aside from that, I thought there was a magical ability.
No.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, I shouldn't say no. I should say not that I know of. Because there's always something that I find out. I'm like, wow, crap, I didn't know you could do that. But off the top of my head, the feats is the only thing that allows you to wear stuff you're not proficient with.
So in general, it looks like armor is less common than weapons. So, a +1 weapon, is a relatively minor magic item, and it's going to cost you some money, but somewhere in the neighborhood of a few hundred gold, 300, 400, 500, 600, somewhere in there. Whereas a +1 suit of armor is going to be a few thousand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yikes.
how about some half plate? But even that, I guess, seems expensive. The half plate, like
Not
700 gold.
you talk about just regular, not magical, right?
Yeah, because even that's like 700 gold
You can find some half plate.
for market rate.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to negotiate on it, you can.
Well, I'll just stick with the crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah, and Keth wants to find. I'm going to try to find a magical great axe as opposed to just my regular one.
All right.
Or whether that's finding an actual magic axe, or it depends on how we, what kind of people we come across. Somebody that can infuse the one I have, or whatever has to happen.
So, actually, crafting one, I think that takes a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure. So probably better off looking for one that's already there.
Finding one that's for sale, assuming there's one out there, could take as little as like 3 days, right?
Right.
But I think crafting it is like a minimum of 20 days or something.
Yeah.
like
So
that.
So we're gonna be looking on a great axe, a magical great axe, a magical crossbow, regular half plate, and what did Ulrich want?
Magical breastplate.
Okay. And then I don't think Veer is gonna care. Well, I wouldn't know what he wanted.
Actually,
anyway.
It depends on how much magical breastplate would actually cost.
Yeah, I don't know how much money you're sitting on, but like I said, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 4,000, 5,000 for
yeah.
armor.
Oh.
It's more rare than weapons. So.
Yeah, +1 weapon can be had for a few hundred, and anything else is way out there.
Potentially. There, random other magic items are potentially available as well. You're in a big enough city that there's stuff going on.
If I remember right, the cheap ring. Well, when I say cheap, the protection +1 ring isn't cheap, is it?
No, it's like 2,500.
It's in the thousands.
So, Josh, what's the process then for us to find and procure these items?
Mostly it's an investigation check. Let me know if you're doing anything tricky.
Since it looks like I'll do it with the assistance of Palman. I think Palman had it, or was it Ulrith? I mean, sorry, not Ulrith, but
yeah. So,
Veer.
Well, what were you searching for?
What was the first thing on the list? The crossbow.
+1 crossbow. All right. So you put some feelers out.
Didn't I make a deal with the Drow Dagger guy?
Yeah, and so that's yeah.
Oh, is that part of what we're doing here?
It's kinda.
Okay.
You end up using his skill instead, and yada yada yada, such and so forth. But
just want to make sure I'm not double dealing on Drow Dagger guy.
Double dealing on Drow Dagger guy.
And why? So shouldn't Palman have rolled that instead of Ulrith? It's his thing he's looking for.
Well, it depends on who it's whoever is doing the looking, because one person or two people can be searching for a dozen magic items at the same time, because you're just putting out feelers. You're like, hey, can you sell me this? Can you sell me this? It's
Okay.
not that. All right, so
It just seems that since we've been doing investigation roles, and Veer is trained in investigation, that Rich has taken it upon himself as with a +2 above everyone else to just do all the roles because he has the highest
Sorry.
number. But I mean, that's no fun for everybody else. We just sit here and watch you do it. So I was kind of
Yeah.
waiting to see how it would be applied for Jason and I to do anything.
well, maybe you want to
Sorry
help
about
him
it.
out or something.
Did,
Holy
It
cow!
just depends on what you guys are
We
doing.
should get Jim Jar to do all of our investigation.
Well, he
I don't
bets he could find him. I bet you
Anyways,
200
continue on.
gold that I could find it.
yeah, it's not worth the bet. Investigation
All right.
+5 for that guy.
All right, so you guys are searching for a crossbow, a great axe.
I have no idea what I want now. With how much the armor is.
What's your regular weapon that you're using?
I'm using Dawnbringer.
Oh, so that already has a plus on it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
+2.
Yeah, so you really can't help yourself in the weapon department. I see.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
protection ring's too much.
Of course,
We
it
need-
has its Dawnbringer has her issues. Just because she's, wants to bring the dawn all the time. Let's see. Anything else that you guys wanted or looking for? And then you were trying to sell the dagger. So, and that's from the weapon guy. Or he was the
The
magical crystal guy.
the quartz guy, yeah.
If we go back and talk to the guy when we get the money for the dagger, if I don't like what he has to say, I'm going to go into a rage.
Going to a berserker rage.
I'm going to go into a relentless attack totem bear rage.
Oh, my helmet is too big for my head. All right. So, yeah, what are you trying to find a great axe yourself there?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a great axe.
All right, investigation.
Okay.
Anybody helping you out?
Yeah, Veer.
All right. Okay.
Oh no, Prince Darendil and Shuashar are still unconscious. What are we gonna do?
Oh no.
Well, I
Kick it-
applied to rest.
Kick
They're
him in
not-
the... Yeah, it doesn't...
Oh, it didn't remove the
It doesn't do
effect.
that, yeah. And also stable doesn't get removed either off of Ulrith. Ulrith's been stable this whole time. You're very stable.
He is stable.
He's stable and he has a 23 initiative. I like it.
All right. So, yeah, you guys have that in the works. Are you doing anything? It's going to take a little bit of time,
Yeah. So we got the crossbow, the great axe, and then Ulrith changed his mind, doesn't want or can't get armor probably, so and doesn't need a
Yeah,
I can't
weapon.
afford it.
And
Yeah.
then
I
you're
probably
ha-
get it, I just can't afford
and
it.
then you're having the guy sell the dagger.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
And if that's worth 50,000, then we're good to go.
I'm sure that it is.
Awesome.
Or you could sell Dawnbringer.
Yeah, Rich, if you
Not
sell
dumb, no.
Dawnbringer, you might be able to get a +1 weapon. That's going back.
Okay. Yeah, and while you guys are out hitting the streets, and you do encounter some other Duergar, not using standard negotiating tactics. Like, you notice one, every time that somebody tries to sell him something, he insults their mother and them and the people that they're with, and is just perfectly polite to anyone who's purchasing things from him. So, not your typical. And you guys...
Is it just around us? Like, or I guess, like, how close are we when we're witnessing these events?
I mean, it's not in your immediate vicinity necessarily. I mean, it's tough because you can't... It's so loud. Like, there's always the forges going. It's a constant ping, ping, ping across the city. And, people are shouting and there's crowds. So sometimes it's hard to tell what's going on, even 30 feet away. So, you don't know for certain, I guess. I mean, when you split up, you still see these things, even when you're separate from each other.
Okay. I just want to make sure it's not like Dawnbringer or something else we got in our pocket.
The rabbit's foot is causing all the problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Cursed rabbit foot. That would be amazing.
That would be.
For the record, if we haven't already, I'm looking at this rabbit's foot, making sure it's not some cursed item.
It's the foot of a rabbit.
All right.
If the party carries the rabbit's foot around, and make sure they get a random encounter every 10 minutes. That'd be so evil to put something like that in there.
Well, there's that black arrow in the Princes of the Apocalypse that does something along those lines, where it's just whoever grabs it. It's not a magic item, just stuff happens.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, so what else are you guys doing in that time?
Well, so what was the Darrow's name? Dookie Darrow.
Count Dooku. It was...
No.
I find him.
It was...
Just a moment. Droki.
Droki, yeah.
All right. I guess I'm not asking around in the market. Mind. I was going to poke around maybe at that Goldbrun's tavern. How about that? I mean, if we're like legit killing time because it takes a couple days, then I'm doing that.
Okay. Okay, so while you're out and about, you do see a curious figure running around the marketplace. It's a Darrow that's skulking around, but he'll pop out and he's wearing rags, but it looks like it's rags that were kind of cut to look like a fancy jacket, and he has a wide-brimmed hat with two tentacles kind of flopping off of it, and a large satchel. and he's roaming around the stalls quickly.
Who's saying this?
This
Palman
is,
or?
this is Palman, yeah.
Okay.
And so I just noticed him because it's weird, right?
He, you know, not every Darrow is dressed normally, but 2 tentacles coming off of his hat. That's a little weird.
Yeah, and that was the part of the symbol of the Demogorgon, like that cult, right? Wasn't it like the manta ray and the octopus or something like that?
Yeah, it was a couple of octopuses like tied together on top of a manta ray. Yeah.
You guys seeing this arrow running around over here? Something. I wonder if he knows something about that Strokey guy we're supposed to be finding. I'm gonna try to follow him.
All right. Let's see.
Hopefully others are coming with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him too.
How do you proceed?
Just clomping along. Probably the same way I've been walking around. You know, trying to keep an eye on him, but looking. You know, I'm looking for a crossbow, so I'm still doing that.
All right. I guess. You're checking your sunglasses that you're thinking about purchasing. Yeah, so I guess stealth check.
Mm-hmm. The cake. Oh.
That's not bad. Oh, I guess yeah, now you've seen the guy, so.
Yeah, see, he looks suspicious.
He looks totally suspicious. With his white eyes. The hell?
And weird earring, something or other, off his hat.
Yeah.
And his proportionately small left foot or something, whatever is happening.
That's totally a hoof.
Is it a hoof?
No,
No,
I don't know.
I think his foot's just all the way back. I think he's walking.
Yeah, the artist has made it, you know, trying to give you the...
I was just making bad.
It does look like a hoof, though. It totally does.
Drawn feet is hard.
Yeah, so you don't immediately spook him.
That's good. Hey, Ulrith, why don't you try to keep closer tabs on him than me? The least stealthy person here.
Okay.
Job. You don't notice me. Job.
Yeah.
You seen any
I'll
crossbows?
I'll go tail him. Did you want a stealth check, I presume?
Yeah, if you're gonna try and follow him.
Can I keep trying?
Well, we're gonna use that for now. In the future, maybe we'll do stealth checks in the dice tower. All right.
Oh, I totally think I nailed this whole stealth thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, this guy is just kind of popping around. At some point he starts. Well, I mean, I guess how long do you follow him?
Is he doing anything? Like, can we investigate? Like, is he getting stuff? Is he just wandering around?
So, The merchants are glare at him whenever he comes by. I guess perception.
Good at that.
For all of us, or
I mean, if you're following and watching him, yeah.
yeah, okay.
Good.
Way to go, Kath.
Yeah, Kath, you see him kind of like he has his satchel there, and he as he's walking by one of the stalls, he slyly reaches into his pack and kind of sets something behind the counter, and then just kind of goes along his way. So he's doing something.
Does it look to me like he's dropping off gift items as opposed to planting charges, or something in between? Like, what's his demeanor when he's doing this?
Well, he's not exactly hiding. Tough to do that. Hide with a hat like that. Yeah. I guess it's not necessarily easy to tell.
Okay, I think we'll.
I guess insight roll.
Okay.
Can I make an insight roll?
Sure.
He's Kath.
He's I mean, he's pretty calm, at least as far as
I'm very weak.
you can tell. I mean,
what does that mean?
This is the first time you've seen him. So you
also,
don't know his usual
Jacob, you're like,
demeanor,
I'm very weak.
But he, while the people around him glare at him, they don't seem like they're afraid of him, and he doesn't seem like he's afraid of anybody else. So he's not. He's dropping something off, and it looks like his demeanor is that he belongs there doing what he's doing.
And can we get a look at one of the things he's dropping off, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's in a like just a box there that he kind of drops off.
And then whenever he does that, nobody's there to pick it up or open it, or he's just kind of leaving them.
You notice one of them like gives him a nod as he comes by.
Okay, so so it's more not the scenario of him planting charges, as I would suspect. Somebody kind of creeping along and dropping stuff off.
And as you watch him a little bit more, you see him like pick something up. And then he, goes around, and you don't see him for a minute, and then he comes back, or he comes back into view, and he's, moving around, dropping things off, picking stuff up. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes picking stuff up and when people aren't looking, that type of thing.
Right.
And then how long do you follow him?
Until he trips over a great sword +1.
Okay. I thought it was a great
I'm
axe.
sorry, you could actually
Oh, yeah,
find
great
one
axe.
of those. So until he strips off his studded leather +1 or breastplate +1.
All right, well, he's working on that. Okay. Well, yeah, you guys put the seeds of your search out there. You find a few pieces of gear. I mean, at some point he starts traipsing off to the west, and
Can we go back and talk to one of these people that he dropped off an item, and I'll ask him, what is the meaning of that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then
Insight.
I pull
Come
out.
on, you know
I
it's
flash.
true.
I open my coat. Do I have a coat? I don't even know. I open
your cloak.
I move my cloak aside from my waist, and I reveal my badge, and I say, I think you need to tell me what Droki was dropping off at your location.
Better yet, who is he?
Well, we know his name,
No.
right? So we're asking.
No. Do we?
We're looking for Droki, but this is a guy that you saw.
We
Oh,
haven't-
okay. Sorry, metagame. When I closed this picture, and so when I went to go open it up again, it's labeled as Droki. So my
Yeah,
bad.
sure.
Oh.
Okay, so we don't know that's Droki. Okay, so
You have suspicions.
right. So
Which is
I say
why
to
I said.
I say to the guy,
Oh.
yeah, I say that to him. I say, you need to tell us what. I'll say, because I suspect that it is Droki. I'll say, what did Droki drop off here? I need to have that information.
He sneers at you and says, "I don't know what you're talking about."
I have powers that might help questions.
All right. Well, what was the name of the chick who gave us this mission?
Eride Black Skull or something like that.
Now,
Okay, so before
now
you do,
if you really want to piss off, like Eride Black Skull, and stuff like that, I mean, can you imagine how much goods you're gonna lose just by them rooting through all of your stuff? And it's like you'll probably lose. You're gonna lose a lot more stuff than just giving us the information. So what's more important?
Don't
The
know
money that you're making?
what you're talking about.
The money you're making and possibly your life? Because, if it is Droki, she's on the hunt for him and all of his conspirators.
He leans over, looks you right in the face, and says, "I don't know what you're talking about."
I reach down and
Neither.
grab the object, and I say, I'm talking about this.
Hands off the merchandise! Guards!
And then I put it on the counter, and I say, now maybe you want to tell me. Because the guards are surely going to be on the side of Blacksmith rather than yourself.
Well,
I mean, go ahead and call the guards over. I mean, you're the one that's going to go to jail. You're going to lose all your goods.
Ooh.
Is it really worth it?
Hey, Kaz,
I
thanks
I
for
don't
the
know
follow,
if I've
man.
really gotten to the level of
I don't know how to say your name. Kaz. Kaz.
roll.
I'm just going to say it's Kaz. K0ZH Kaz. That's what I'm going to call you. You can type it out phonetically, and
Yeah,
I'll say
okay.
it the right way. But I appreciate the follow, man. Thanks.
Yeah, he's calling the guards.
Okay.
And yeah,
We wait.
They come over to investigate. And they start glaring at you.
I pull out my badge and
Round
it's
up.
like, this man here needs to get arrested. He's actually conspiring with Droki to hurt the city.
Uh-huh.
If you need confirmation on this,
Where-
talk to what's her name again?
Black Star.
Talk to Black Star.
I think it was Black Skull.
Black
Black
Skull.
Skull. You get the point.
You can
All
talk to all
right.
3 of them.
Yada
Well.
yada yada. Talk to somebody.
Yada yada yada. Black whatever.
All right. Well, go ahead and roll a persuasion roll on the guards.
That is quite a contrast, I will say.
Well, you aren't going to be in trouble this time. But don't be bothering our good merchants. And they give you a stern look and then walk away.
Oh well.
But they
So
don't
I-
need to arrest the guy or anything.
Yeah, so I look at the guy and I say, you see how calling the guards works for you. So again, what is he dropping off? And I tap the box.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, okay, I can see that. It's not going to work with you. So we'll be back with Black Skull herself. Stand by, and I walk off. I don't know if Palm and Ulrith are going to follow
I'm
me or not.
following you.
Yeah, I walk off.
I'm following you as confidently as possible. And I say, well, let's go straight to her. We have a lead.
I'm gonna go try to find my crossbow.
And rather than that being a threat, I think I will go back and tell her.
Oh, no, I'm actually saying
Yeah.
that we should. I said that to you. I see. I was like, let's head to her then.
Yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. And then if Palman wants to join us or not, but because we're gonna find our weapons eventually anyway, we need to find those.
All right. So you guys are going to head back and report?
Yeah, we're gonna report the
Mhm.
sighting and the event.
First, we're going to report the look to verify that it is who we think it is.
Okay.
I say he looks like this, and then I share that picture that you shared with him.
Nice sketch there.
Yeah.
She's very impressed. Very impressed with your artistic ability. Well, yeah, that's him. What was he doing? And did you track him to his home?
So
Unfortunately, there was a slip up about that. The only thing that we were able to do is that he was dropping off packages to various merchants, and we know one merchant, but he doesn't want to talk.
we told the merchant that we were under your authority, and he called the city guards, and the guards came and said that there won't be any trouble this time, but that to leave the merchants alone. We questioned him again, and he still refused to answer. So whatever Droki is dropping off is assuredly highly protected and secret information or objects.
Well, I wanted you to be discreet.
We tried.
No, I tried.
Oh, so now Rich is going to throw
And
me under
not-
the bus. This is going to be awesome.
Yes, I'm throwing you under the bus. You're the one that kept flashing the badge all over the place.
I flashed it once, and you flashed it once. How many? So who's?
I only did
what-
it after you did.
I
just 'cause it's like,
I
oh,
am
crap,
keeping
the jig
count.
up.
Is what I'm doing.
Wow. It's good
Ye-
to have information, but I wanted you to try to.
You
track
told
him
us to.
down.
You told us to show the badge if we needed to show the badge, and I felt that I needed to show the badge.
It will get you into places and hopefully keep you from getting arrested if there's any trouble.
And there was trouble.
Perhaps a lighter touch in the future. But I appreciate the information. Did you see anything else?
Only the direction in which he went after he made his rounds.
Oh, yes, we think he is living somewhere in the West Cleft. Seems to be where he scurries to, but we couldn't. If we were to go in there, we'd have to. Well, our patrols are not welcome there, and so if we were to go in there, we'd have to go in force, and then that little rat would just scurry away.
Wait, I think I have an idea. Keth, do you remember if he was picking anything up or was he only dropping off?
Both.
Both? Do we remember what it looked like he was picking up? Was it a box of some sort or a bag or something like that?
Are you asking me
Yes.
or the... Okay.
I mean, you following him along, he picked up, sometimes it was just, a vial or, like, I don't know, there's various objects. He's dropping things off, picking things up of various types. Sometimes it's a small bag, sometimes it's
Awesome.
a box.
Was the box perchance the same guy that we harassed?
Well, he dropped a small box off to the guy. You didn't get a look inside the box.
Yeah, but what did he pick up? Did he pick up a box from him or only dropped off?
You only saw him dropping something off to that guy.
So, Kev, the reason
you didn't see him do both a pickup and a drop off at the same time.
Kev, the reason why I ask is that with Palman's ability to track an item, because that's how you guys found us, that's how he found us, is that we actually plant an item and follow it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. How will we ensure that the item we plant is picked up?
Let's go back to one of the other places and stealthily put something in their drop. Or pickup, I mean.
Okay. Or even make a deal with them to let us put an item in the pack or whatever.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Convince them first without using our badges.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's after 9, and I gotta wrap this up. Let's see. So,
get a eats for the last time and today and all the other funky jazz.
No.
Never. Level 4 forever, baby, with my fist in the air. Level 4 forever.
How close are you guys?
Oh, a couple thousand.
All right. Well, I'm not going to apply. I think it would only be
we need
split
about
3 ways.
We need about 2,700 each.
No, as long as you have Veer in the combat in the party sheet, it'll split it 4 ways.
Oh, okay.
The XP is based on who's in the party sheet, not who's on the table.
Oh, well, I'm just going to add random characters then.
None for the NPCs, those bitches.